Hey, today I want to talk about some proper lifting techniques and maybe a couple of exercises to help with some lower back issues. Let me show you the spine real quick. When we lift or when we sit, this proper posture that I talk so much about is very, very important. Keeping the spine in kind of this upright position. So if we're lifting something, we want to make sure that the spine stays in this position. So we have to keep our spine straight, utilizing the stronger leg muscles to bend. The worst position to lift is where we get bent over and twist. So if we're bending over, twisting, and pulling up, we're concentrating the pressure on the little facet joints of the lower back and also on the disc structures of the lower back. And that's what we really, really don't want. So here's a couple of quick tips on working posture. If you have to lift up something heavy, again, we want to keep the spine nice and straight. So we try to get down as close to it as possible, pulling the object in as close to us as possible. And you'll notice I just keep my spine nice and straight. I don't get twisted. Get it in, pull it in nice and straight, and I use my stronger leg muscles to lift that up. The same thing would be true if it was down on the floor. And obviously if it's too heavy, a good recommendation is get some help. It's always hindsight when you hurt yourself and say, gee, I wish I'd have gotten some help. But if something's big and awkward and kind of heavy, the best thing is to grab somebody else and say, hey, can you help me with this? It takes only a second to prevent what could be a very costly, life-changing injury on your lower back. So again, keeping our pelvis straight, our feet apart, we pull the object in as close as we can to it and utilize our legs. Now, if we need to move this somewhere, we then don't bend and twist to do it. We move our entire body, move our feet, so that we can keep our spine in this straight upright position. If you happen to stand and work, many workstations are just made for one person, which is usually the shortest person. So it's too short for you. If you're having to work on something, spread your feet apart just a little bit, kind of get down bent at the knees, again keeping your spine nice and straight, in this position to where you can get down and your arms can comfortably just relax and you can work on that particular object, whatever it is, especially if you're in a healthcare field and you have to work on patients. Usually it's if you're constantly all day bent over patients, you're going to be the one with the bad back come the end of the day. So get down a little bit lower, get where you can get in as close as possible, pull that patient in as close to you as possible. Some exercises you can do, obviously keeping the stomach muscles toned up as well as possible, doing maybe some crunches, some of the knee chest stretches while you're laying on your back are two very simple ones. There's a variety of different exercises to kind of help strengthen up the back a little bit. Keep the back stretched, the hamstring and quadricep thigh muscles stretched out, and keep some tone on the stomach muscles. So that'll help you if you're in a work environment, you have to do some lifting, follow those simple rules and prevent some lower back injuries.